A quick shout out to our sponsors:
ZipRecruiter,
Lola, No CD,
Fetzer, Quince.
links and promo codes on the screen and in the description. Enjoy the show. If you want to dig even deeper into the conversation you're about to hear with your family and friends, download Soulboom's discussion guide at soulboom.com/discussion guide. See link in description. I remember the Judd Fry. That was the first time I had ever gone up in a performance. I'd only done a couple of high school plays before that, but it was opening night. And
was it a lyric or a line?
It was Lonely Room, singing the song.
Oh,
so
that's the
I came out, it's a lot, right? The curtains come up and like, it's the orchestra play. We had like the little school orchestra, kind of squeaky orchestra. And I come out and I go, the floor creaks, the door squeaks. There's a field mouse nibbling on a broom. And then I totally had no idea. So I was like,
it's the worst because when you forget a line, you can kind of fudge it. But when you forget a lyric, it has to be in time.
Yeah.
It has to rhyme. It has to.
So I was singing nonsense guttural, syllables until I went, lonely room. And then it kicked. I had so much adrenaline coursing through my body. I was higher than a hooker on coke. and when the next part, I killed it and got like a big standing ovation because I was able to kind of bring it back and knock it out of the park.
Do you know Danny Burstein?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very talented actor. The most Tony nominated male actor in history. And he told me this story.
More than Michael Urie?
More than even Michael Urie.
Wow.
And he told me this story about he was doing Follies and the woman who was singing Broadway Baby, there's that line that says, in my flat, there's just my cat. I forget what the actual lyric is, but it's like, a blank and my chair. And she said, a stick and a bear.
A stick and a bear.
A stick and a bear. And she just kept going.
I think we need to tell more theater stories.
We do. They're great.
My favorite one, too, was I did a community theater production of Oliver. And
classics.
The little kid came up and was like, there's a famous line where the kid comes up with a bowl of gruel and says, please, sir, may I have some more? And the guy, the orphanage guy goes, more? You want more? And it's just kind of like, it's a big iconic moment.
Yeah.
And the kid comes up and goes, please, sir, may I have some?
Wine.
And he just stopped at some. And so the guy had to go, you saw all the gears turning in the guy's face. He was like, some? You want some?
That's a good actor.
That was pretty good. Worst theater story.
I mean, there were some really bad ones that you would do for free, like in a theater that was up several flights of stairs.
Sure.
Those are rough.
You did mostly improv theater.
Mostly
but you
improv.
did plays though, right?
I did play. I did a ton of, I did a lot of like scripted theater, like 10-minute play festivals. But I remember I did this one festival where it was like every play had to have frontal nudity, drug use, and a crime committed. That one was rough.
I would see that. Which did you do? Frontal nudity or a crime or what?
No, I think. Oh no! Or you could also have blasphemy, and it was I played Mary's sister Sarah, and she was pregnant with a baby, and I was like, just get it aborted or something terrible, something awful.
You went from a youth pastor and Bible camp to doing blasphemous.
Yeah, and that was like 2 years later.
Wow.
It was one of those things where, it's like the Mormon girl who's playing a hooker on TV because she's like, well, it's a break. Yeah. But the worst story is actually from the one time I was on Broadway. I had done this show off Broadway called Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, and we had this like fight, like a big fight choreographed scene.
Yeah.
And we froze in the middle like this. and I had a knife in my hand. And off Broadway, it was a plastic knife. But when we went to Broadway, they were like,
it's Broadway. Yeah.
So they made it like a heavy wooden handle and a metal blade. I mean, it wasn't sharp, but it was metal. And when I went like this to freeze, I just went, and the knife just went into the audience.
No!
Out into the audience. And I didn't know what to do. I almost threw up. I was so nervous. And I went backstage and I just started crying. And it's a 90-minute show, no intermission. There's no time to cry. But I was like, I just threw the thing. Thank God it didn't hit anybody. It just landed in an aisle. But I mean, it screwed me up for like weeks.
Wow.
I would be holding onto the knife so hard because
I
was afraid I was going to slice somebody's head off.
That is a true actor's nightmare. Like that's like when you would have a nightmare.
Yeah.
There's a little performed Shakespeare play, little performed for a very good reason, called The Two Noble Kinsmen. No one's ever heard of it.
Never even heard of it.
He co-wrote it. It's terrible.
He co-wrote it.
Yeah, he co-wrote it. He was like 93 and like, you saw Hamnet.
Yeah.
He was still mourning the death of his child, Hamnet. Stupid name. Serves that kid right.
He deserved to die. Poor
he deserved to die.
He was a sweet little actor.
And we did an off Broadway production. And you can go to Lincoln Center and it's on in their library and you can watch it. I don't think this particular performance, but there were a couple of things that happened. The person who designed the set also designed the set for Pee-wee's Playhouse. So we're doing this epic chivalrous sword fighting play about these kinsmen and nobility and stuff. And then the set looked like Pee-wee's Playhouse because I guess that person had a very limited range as a set designer. But the door was at a slightly raked angle down.
Oh, yeah.
And it would never latch properly.
Okay.
And so occasionally throughout the course of the run, we ran for a couple months, the door would just go and swing open. And whoever was behind it was revealed to the audience. And no less than 10 times there's someone like behind the door goes, and there's people like ready to come in with their props standing there. And then they have to like reach and shut the door again. Everyone pauses and then you just gotta.
Yeah, you just gotta, I mean, what can you do?
You're not gonna improvise in Shakespeare. Be like, right. Not now, Leonidas.
Doth this lotch not happen?
See, you could do the instant Shakespeare, but there was another one where there was there was a scene where the widows of the war dead were singing a dirge and carrying the ashes of their husbands. Oh. And so these women were dressed like widows and marching down the stage. And then one day, this one of the widows of the war dead in the front tripped and spilled the ashes of the husband on the stage. And all the other widows look and they all have their urns and they're all singing, oh, the war dead. And the woman doesn't know what to do. And again, you can kind of see the machinery going around behind the eyes. And then she very slowly kneels down and while not missing a beat, continuing to sing, starts scooping the ashes of her dead husband back into her urn.
Why did they have actual ashes in these urns?
They didn't need to have ashes.
They didn't need to have ashes.
We can imagine with the Pee Wee Herman set and anyways, it's been some fun times in New York theater.
Yeah.
And what about, I also wrote a comedic memoir of my life. I noticed it was not on your list of the ones that you read.
I knew you wrote the Soul Boom book, but you wrote a memoir?
I did. It's called The Bassoon King.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to read that. Yeah. I would totally read that.
I think you'll enjoy it. It's pretty funny. It's pretty out there.
Yeah.
There's some crazy stories.
I will say there's one in there that I didn't actually read, but because each chapter is named after
Yeah, which one?
Well.
Yeah,
my editor.
Scrappy Little Nobody by Anna Kendrick.
That one I read. I tend towards women, but
Little Girl Lost, Drew Barrymore. You definitely read that one.
For sure, I read that one.
You didn't read
when
I
was a teenager.
You didn't read the Rob Lowe one.
Oh, I absolutely did.
Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man by Tim Allen. You did not read that one.
That is totally
no
the one.
way did you read the Tim Allen one. I got you. Oh, busted.
That is the one.
You are so busted. But in The Bassoon King by Rainn Wilson, My Life in Art, Faith, and Idiocy, I have a short chapter of shitty jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had so many shitty jobs in those 10 years in New York City trying to pay the bills.
What was the shittiest?
The shittiest job was right before New York City. I was in Seattle. I was going to the University of Washington, but still pursuing acting. And I got a job counting cars on the freeway from a freeway overpass it was for a project for the Department of Urban Development. And it was me and a young woman, and we each had a lane, and we had a clicker and a clipboard. And we had to, like, every car that went down the lane, I had to click for like a 2 or 3 hour.
Was it busy?
Yeah. So it was just like click, 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 click. And I had to like notate various times, something about time. I forget what was on the clipboard. And I was doing it like all week long. And then there were days it was raining.
Oh,
so I'm sitting on a freeway overpass with a cheap folding umbrella and with a clicker and a wet clipboard.
That is bad.
Just soaking wet for hours, going like this to little cars going on the 520 carpool lane underneath the bridge.
That is definitely a job that will be replaced by AI.
I hopefully.
Rightly
That's
so.
one of the
Rightly
yes,
so. That
exactly.
one's one I'm gonna
That's
be
one
okay
of the good
with.
ones. Yeah, there were many, many more really terrible jobs. What are some of your worst ones? I'm always looking for ways to save time. I eat breakfast while answering emails. I listen to podcasts at double speed, and occasionally brush my teeth during a Zoom meeting with the camera off. It's not my ADHD, it's good leadership. We all have our own time-saving hacks for everyday life. But if you're a business owner, how can you save time hiring? Easy, ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter has a new feature that quickly lets you see the most interested, qualified candidates first, so you save time by meeting the right people faster. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/soulboom. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds qualified candidates quickly. Candidates can also tell you, in their own words, why they're interested in your job, which is useful because I'm passionate about synergy can mean almost anything. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Save time and meet great candidates sooner with ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/soulboom. That's ZipRecruiter.com/soulboom. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. My ideal wind-down routine is simple. Put on a documentary I claim I'm watching, scroll my phone for 40 minutes, and most importantly, disappear beneath this Lola blanket. The first time I felt it, I immediately understood the obsession. Lola is made with ultra-soft luxury faux fur and a signature 4-way stretch, so it moves with you instead of sitting there like some decorative tarp. It is also machine washable, double-hemmed for durability, and designed not to pill or shed even after repeated washes. I have the large, and it's perfect for one person or 2 people with a legally binding blanket agreement. Lola has over 20,000 5-star reviews, and once you feel one, you'll understand why it has become my favorite fuzzy. For a limited time, our listeners can get 40% off select Lola Blankets products with code SOULBOOM at checkout. Just head to lolablankets.com and use code SOULBOOM to get 40% off your order. Again, head to lolablankets.com and use the code SOULBOOM to get 40% off select Lola Blankets products. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know Soul Boom sent you. Wrap yourself in luxury with Lola Blankets. Folks, I have been struggling with OCD. And no, OCD is not some cute little enthusiasm for organization or an unusually tense relationship with crooked picture frames. For me, OCD can feel like my mind latching on to a frightening thought and demanding absolute certainty about what it means. Real OCD involves persistent, unwanted, distressing thoughts that often target the things you care about the most, that can create enormous guilt and shame and drive compulsive behaviors meant to make the uncertainty stop. But there is real
still hope. OCD needs ERP, or exposure and response prevention, which is proven to be the most effective treatment. NoCD is the world's leading provider of OCD treatment, and all of their licensed therapists specialize in ERP therapy. Their therapists receive extensive OCD-specific training led by leading experts so they understand what to look for and how to help. Therapy with NoCD is 100% virtual and covered by insurance for over 138 million Americans. It also includes support between sessions so you're never facing OCD alone. To learn more about starting OCD therapy with NoCD, visit nocd.com and book a free 15-minute call with their team. That's nocd.com.
I was a waiter at the Olive Garden.
Ooh, that's bad. So you're in New York City.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is 1,000 amazing restaurants, and you're waiting tables at the Olive Garden?
Right. Right. Where the
That's
only
like
people
serving
who come,
pizzas at Sbarro's Pizza in New York City.
I
Who
would have
does
done
that?
that too if they gave me
Paid you.
$11 an hour. Yeah, I had heard that the Times Square location added 15% to every bill for your tip.
Oh,
And so that's why I applied to this new location that was opening.
but that wasn't true.
No, they didn't do that. They were like, the Times Square location is for tourists, but this one is for New Yorkers. It wasn't for New Yorkers.
There's no New Yorkers in there. Come
Exactly. So all these people from Connecticut would be like, the Italian sampler in Connecticut's $6 cheaper than it is here, so I'm going to take it out of your tip, you know?
on. How many years did you work there?
Oh, I didn't even last a full year. Maybe 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you a very good waiter?
No, it was terrible. I was
Really?
awful. Yeah. Because I remember so vividly, this woman kept calling me over and I was just like, oh God, this woman. And I was trying to take care of this other table because I had another needy table and she just kept being like, and then finally I went over there and she was just like, can I have a spoon? And she was just sitting with her bowl of soup. No spoon.
And you hadn't given her a spoon, but you were like, this bitch. What a Karen.
Exactly. Yeah. So I probably deserved that. But then the worst probably was I was a roaming actor at a theme restaurant called the Jekyll and Hyde Club.
I remember that one. Is that 6th Avenue and 53rd Street? No.
57th. Yeah, but yes.
Yeah.
The one that had
Okay.
it was like a mansion and had like a big face on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
What was it like being an actor? Who did you play?
I played Cornelius Shroud, the butler.
Is it on your resume?
Yeah. Special
Is it on your
skills.
Wikipedia page?
Not yet. I have no idea how to make Wikipedia happen. Yeah, and it was. That's how I got into the union. That's how I got into Actors Equity.
You got into the union from working at a theme restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
And what did Cornelius Shroud do?
Well,
Do you remember any of your lines?
yeah. I mean, you know, it's all improv, and you have to do it in sort of an
Did you
accent.
walk around playing the character?
Yes, and I had a feather duster, and I would dust a little child's head and say, "Oh, this is especially dirty." I sounded like Joan Plowright, and like everybody was, you know, like all the parents were like, oh, "This is unseemly." They did not want to be there. They didn't like it, and the kids were often like terrified of the scary things. It was awful. It was awful.
Yeah. I waited tables at Phoebe's Wine and Dine on the Bowery.
Okay.
Do you know where that is? It's
No.
third and Bowery.
Oh.
It's across from the Bowery Hotel, but it was there before the Bowery Hotel and
Phoebes. It's called
yeah.
Phoebe's.
it's Phoebe's. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's spelled Phoebes. It's spelled weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so funny. I just was there. I was doing a reading at the Public, and we went there for dinner.
You went to Phoebe's?
Yeah.
Did you have the potato skins?
I didn't. I wish I had.
Phoebe's was open till 4 a.m.
Oh God.
And I lived in the bowels of Williamsburg before Williamsburg was safe or cool.
Right.
This was 1989.
Wow. Before they had grocery stores.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was brutal to take the L train at 4:30 a.m.
Oh my God. And you
You
couldn't
know.
afford a cab.
No, because that would be like half my tips would be gone if I took a cab ride.
Right.
Oh, it was brutal.
That is awful.
Those were some dark times, and I remember getting tipped in a couple of times. I got tipped in baggies of cocaine.
That is the 80s.
It was 1989 all over again. But it was
Wow.
It was a cop bar and a combination cop bar and Chinese mafia bar. So you'd have these tables of Chinese mafia
Uh-huh.
with beepers and Courvoisier and Heineken and potato skins all around. That was
Coke
one thing.
Tips.
And little baggies of Coke for tips. And then there were cops it was the potato skins they came for. That was what united them, I think.
You know what?
But one
the
time,
world would be so much better if we could all just share in potato skins.
right? That could bring the left and right together, a shared love. Gay and straight, any wound that needed
the
healing.
Iran war will be over
Yes.
once we fry up some taters.
The Strait of Hormuz. But I remember once I decided to try out said baggie, because what else are you going to do? It's 3 a.m. at Phoebe's Wine and Dine.
Keep you up.
And I came out and it was like all over my face. And then the cops came in the bathroom. And I was like, wow, this is complicated. And the cops kind of looked at me and they were just kind of like, we're going to let this one go, you idiot. Like we're not going
another cokehead.
We're not going to arrest you in the basement bathroom of Phoebe's Wine and Dine at 3 in the morning. Yeah, rough times in New York.
That is rough. Yeah.
And you did a ton of improv then. You were teaching. I know. I was lovingly joking.
I said, I've done improv for 20 years, so I can follow along. And Rainn said, yeah, I know. You mentioned it a lot in your book.
I think you mentioned it 420 times in your book that you did improv for 20 years.
It's the only thing I have. I did it for free.
For all of those years, what made you not give up?
I mean, I think you understand this better than anybody. It's like, first of all, while it was terrible to wait tables for the Olive Garden, I would get these little wins along the way. And that's what would keep you going.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even something super small, like doing an improv show and somebody was like, that was really funny, that bit, you know? And then you're like, I was funny.
Right.
That'll keep me going. And also I had done social work before I was an actor, and it was kind of the only other job I could imagine doing. And I was bad at it. I was really bad.
You were a bad waiter and a bad social worker?
Yeah, but I'm a good actor.
You are a very good actor.
So
thank God. Can you imagine?
It's like my one skill. So I was like, I guess I got to keep going. And a lot of times I wasn't ever like, well, when am I going to win my Emmy? I was never like, I want fame and success. I was just like, when am I going to be able to have only one job, and the job is acting?
Yeah.
And like, have I earn enough to make health insurance and stuff like that? So there were times where I had that, like when I was on Broadway, or when I did another TV show that nobody saw, where I was making a living.
Which one was that?
It was called Nightcap. It was this Ali Wentworth show on the Pop Network. You remember the Pop Network?
I actually do remember the Pop Network. Schitt's Creek started on the Pop
exactly.
Network. Yeah.
They were the hit. We were not.
I produced a show called Impress Me that ran for a little while on Pop TV. Yeah. Okay. I know it.
Hard to get an audience there.
Yeah. It was very hard. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's...
they launched this channel right when cable was just dying on the vine.
And it was the former TV Guide channel.
Yeah.
They rebranded it as
That's
Pop.
funny. Yeah.
But it was still so exciting because we got 2 seasons. I did 20 episodes of a television show, and I was making a living. I mean, it was kind of a meager living for a TV star, but it was great.
Yeah.
And so things like that helped me keep going. And I don't know, I just really wanted to be an artist. And there were times when like you'd talk to your friend from high school and they'd be like, oh, my house, it's like so big.
So much to take care of.
I've got laundry on both floors. And you're like, oh, I go to a laundromat, that kind of
Sure. Yeah.
But for the most part, you just take the wins and keep going.
This episode is brought to you by Fetzer. There's this tendency in modern life to believe that every problem has a material solution. More technology, more productivity, more money, more apps reminding you to breathe, while you ignore the fact that your soul feels like a raisin. But the folks at the Fetzer Institute believe something deeper. They believe that behind humanity's biggest challenges are spiritual ones. Loneliness, division, disconnection, our inability to see each other, the planet, or even ourselves as sacred. And they're asking a really beautiful question. What if shared flourishing begins with the sacred. Fetzer supports stories, communities, and spiritual solutions from people around the world who are healing division, caring for the earth, and creating deeper human connection through faith, spirituality, and reverence for love itself. Not dogma, not forcing one belief system, just the radical idea that, hey, maybe the soul matters. Honestly, that's a conversation we care deeply about here at Soul Boom. You can explore their spiritual solutions library and learn more at fetzer.org. That's FETZER.org. Thanks, Fetzer. One thing I love about summer is that getting dressed becomes simpler. You find a few things you like, wear them repeatedly until they deteriorate, and quietly hope nobody is maintaining records. That's why I keep coming back to Quince. They make well-made essentials that naturally become the pieces you reach for without even thinking, and they're actually made of quality material. So no more shirts that are quietly turning into cleaning rags. When I'm out and about, my Quince Flow Knit Breeze Performance Tee has become part of my summer uniform. It's comfortable, it's durable, and requires almost no decision-making. 3 qualities I now demand from clothing and people. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They work directly with ethical factories and cut out the middlemen, so you're paying for exceptional quality, not a mysterious luxury surcharge for a tasteful beige logo. Make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/soulboom for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada, too. That's QUINCE.com/soulboom for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/soulboom.
You describe in your book some dark periods of your life, and some issues around food and emotional coping.
Sure.
Even food addiction. Mental health struggles around that. Can you share what that struggle was? You called it hitting rock bottom, but you called it a soft bottom. How did you get through that? And what was going on? And how did you find peace coming out of that?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm like completely through it. I think it's like a lifelong thing,
Sure.
Which is just that when things are going hard, I think sometimes people lean on booze or they lean on drugs or
sex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's food. And in a way that's like, lots of sugar, like too much sugar for your body to function properly.
Yeah. So emotional eating.
Completely.
Binge
Emotional
eating.
Binge eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was a lifelong struggle. When did this kind of start?
Oh yeah, lifelong. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And especially like as a kid, like life was hard at school, and so I would go to the snack bar and get. I would get $1.25 every day, and I would buy a Nutter Butter, a can of soda, and one of those Little Debbie
snack
Rice Krispie crackers.
Okay.
Oh God, that was like a weird memory. But yeah, I leaned on it too much, and even now, I noticed like, oh, okay.
So that kind of got ingrained in you when you were young to use sugar as a crutch.
Yeah.
To get you through, and I really am so afraid about young people's eating. I mean, my own eating habits are certainly not great, but young people just like sugar is just in everything.
Yeah, totally. And that at that time it certainly was, and that was before you knew like peanut butter was just sugar, and so that was healthy, is like eating a sugary thing of peanut butter or whatever. I wouldn't say I'm like, it's all good, it's not an issue anymore.
Yeah, I understand
it still
that.
is, but I think I'm more aware of it now and talk about it in therapy a lot, and notice when I'm like, I'm just gonna pull in there and get a cupcake and be like, okay, what's really happening right now? What am I feeling right now?
Okay.
That's what my therapist and I have been talking about doing.
Right.
Taking a moment to stop and say, not to say like you can't have the cupcake, but to say, why am I craving this cupcake as I'm walking by this cupcake
shop? What's the story behind the story?
Exactly.
In other words. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And did you hit bottom with food at a certain point in time?
Well, I mean, I it's sort of jokey in the book, but that time was I was really depressed, and I'd never really been depressed before. I don't have clinical depression or whatever, but I had all of these circumstances. My mom had just died. I had moved back from LA. I felt unsuccessful. I was 40 years old. I was moving back into my husband's apartment because we were living bi-coastal, and we were having like a really difficult time figuring out how I fit into his space. And so that was kind of like a time when I was like, I would go and buy bags of cookies, and I would eat the whole bag of cookie on the way home. And that's, 16 cookies is too many cookies. So that was kind of a rock bottom. Yeah. And I started going to like OA and stuff, but I didn't find it. I never found a meeting that was right for me. So I more just worked on it alone with my therapist. But also, yeah, it's still totally an issue.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be the person because I do suffer for a little, like a lot of times I would go crazy, and then I'd be like, now I'm going to be Weight Watchers, and I'm just going to do, and so we're trying not to
binge
have that,
restrict kind of back and forth.
Right. So we're trying not to do that disordered eating. Intuitive eating is the thing that I'm leaning in toward.
Nice.
Yeah. But you have to think a lot. You have to be a lot of like, wait, why do I want that food right now? Am I hungry, or am I pushing down some?
And it's interesting when you learn how the brain works, that these kind of limbic systems at the base of the brain, I want drugs, I want alcohol, I want sex, I want to shop, I want stuff, I want food. That there's something dysregulated. Jonathan Haidt talks about the rider and the elephant, that we think we're the conscious person riding, but we're riding this elephant that has these needs, and they're big. And it's the prefrontal cortex up here that all the tools of the 12-step put our minds out of that limbic system and up into this prefrontal cortex. Prayer, meditation, journaling, phone calls, connecting with a higher power, meditation, even reading books that are inspiring. They take us out of that base place that just wants kind of like immediate satisfaction. And that's the human dance, baby.
Yeah.
Right there.
That is the human dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still dancing.
And you're still dancing. We both are.
The Soul Boom Podcast. Subscribe now on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you get your stupid podcasts.